Hello everybody, this is JHancho. I'm going to be slowly starting up this replay and show you myself as the pink Zerg in the bottom of Blistering Sands, and Strossus, again playing Terran, in purple at the top. This one was a pretty good battle, I must say. But to start off, I'm going to be going 9 Overlord. I'm not going to get too greedy and go for a fast expand, I don't believe. Because primarily it's a Terran opponent and I want to avoid fast Hellion harass. I may be droning up, I don't know, but there's that 9 Overlord. As soon as I get 100 minerals, you'll see me kind of stay on that larva and eventually get it up. Meanwhile, Strossus is going to put that Sensible Supply Depot at the choke, at the ramp, right here. Yes, indeed. I do remember that from when I played this game. But this larva is going to be slowly selected with its pair, with its brother here, and morphed into drones. I do like doing this and moving my overlords across the map. I have one at my back door because this is a glaring problem that I have. It's like I don't notice it go down, but luckily for me that wasn't really the case. Strossus now moving out with a scout. Going to be putting down his barracks very soon. There it is, and it's going to be placed a little bit off center right here. Very nice, very nice. The SCV is moving out. I am not going to scout yet. I want that extra little boost. I am getting a 14 pool, or 13 pool. Haha! I surprise even myself with how I play. But I'm going to be moving out with this drone. We're going to high five around here. Wow! Alright. My opponent is getting a refinery as his barracks going up. Very standard 13 refinery. About what you'd expect from all Terrans. He's going to complete the wall off with a... Oh, I should have went Banelings with this. Oh my goodness. If I would have been a little bit more aggressive, we could have done some damage. So these units are going to be... Look at that. It's like a little web here. My spawning pool is nearly done, and I think I might get some Zerglings here just to deal with it. No gas as of yet, because I do have the intention of expanding, which we'll see that in a bit. I am blocked away from this, and I think I might have gotten the first hit, but I decided to move out as this other SCV was pulled off as well. So it looks like his SCVs were stuck there, giving me a little bit of an advantage, as he's not making one right away, but... that's morphing into an orbital command, giving him slowly the edge in minerals. Now, as I do have some Zerglings coming out, I'll probably pull the drone quite soon. But right now, I just want to make sure that he's not doing anything funky, and I'll pull the drone off, and I'll let the Zerglings do the work. Eventually, they'll catch him and dismember him like all Zerglings should to SCVs. You can't tell I'm a Zerg player. Strossus is going to be making a supply depot down in the back. Very smart. We do have a reactor coming up, and I'm not sure if I scouted this or when I scouted this, but I'm sure I saw it at some point. Maybe I jumped up with some Zerglings at some point, but that tipped me off to one of the builds that is common for a Terran to do against Zerg. He's going to be training 2 Marines, but he is shortly going to be saving up for a factory. There it is. And guess what's going to come out of a reactor that might be connected to a factory? That's right, the bane of Zerg existence, other than the rest of the mech arsenal. Yes, Hellions. So we'll see how that plays out. But right now, he's building the factory, so I've got some time. Continuing to build SCVs, continuing to build a lot of drones. I am getting a Roach Warren. I was hoping that he didn't see it, and see, I do see that. I, in fact, do see the factory going up as well. He does not see my Roach Warren, which is very good for me. I'm putting up a couple spine crawlers, placed very nicely, hopefully, to fend off any sort of aggression with those Hellions. I do have a lot of minerals, and I don't have a good excuse for it. These Zerglings, of course, are going to take a year to bring down these rocks, but they'll be bolstered by these 2 that are coming up. Meanwhile, my opponent just has a bunch of Marines, and he's going to swap that factory for... the barracks, and he's going to build a tech lab at that barracks. So we'll be seeing probably a couple of Hellions come out, as well as another factory. So he's going to go mech against me, and I love playing against Terran mech. Let me tell you, it's the most fun thing in the world. It's like a Zerg's, excuse my language, wet dream. But my queen is going to sit here and enjoy having a ton of energy, and I have nothing I can do about it. I should have spawned a creep tumor right then and there. Getting some roaches out. Still not sure exactly what I'm doing, why I haven't put this expansion out here yet. But I do have another drone scout going out somewhere. It looks like he's going to go with an intercept course to the Hellion. No, they narrowly avoid each other. But the Hellion here is going to run into these spine crawlers and probably get scared away a little bit. But I do have this guy down here, and I'm sure he's going to stay there until whatever time he feels necessary to die. But these roaches are way too slow to catch them, so I'm probably going to be taking the lair soon, as roach speed is only unlocked with a lair, which is very unfortunate for Zerg, as they don't have a good answer for much. I did pull these Zerglings away. They got it down about a fifth or so, but my opponent is continuing to make mech. More Hellions on the way. He's got a tech lab, maybe to start producing some Marauders from his barracks, and tanks. Oh, tanks, I love tanks. In this case, I actually did like tanks. But I'm going to push up and see exactly what he has. I'll sometime arrive in, early early October this time. Hellion's moving out, and luckily for me, my roaches will be there to meet him. I don't know why he moved out. I do have both watchtowers right now. Unfortunately, I think these Hellions might be able to see it. I continue to move in and harass this rock as he has him just off, and I'm going to be moving up here, seeing exactly what I can do. I'm trying to focus down that siege tank, but I'm going to lose maybe a roach in that exchange. I'll almost lose this one too. Yeah, I do lose the one that's focused down, but I'm able to do some damage here. I'm still working on those rocks, and we'll see that play out. Unfortunately, he goes to the back door and is able to see the things and focus them down before my roaches can even get close to doing that. Smart play, putting them in an area of effect area. Now he's going to move around and pick off the lings that are trying to kill this. Apparently he can't get that one. That's in a sweet spot, so he might be moving the Hellion that's up here down there. But more roaches on the way. I do have my lair, and I do have burrow being researched at some point. Still don't have my expansion, and I have nothing good to say about that. It's very dumb play by me. One base roach against Terran mech is absolutely despicable. But I do have a fair amount of roaches on the field. In fact, I have 14 roaches, only 25 drones. Still not fully saturated, but I am going to move out like I'm going to expand and kill that Hellion, because it's very, very annoying. This Zergling is still, being a trooper. Meanwhile, an armory is out, so guess what that means? Thors are going to be here. 2 Thors, in fact, with 3 siege tanks on the field. Very bad for Zerg, especially for roaches. And unfortunately, this Hellion is like, yo, what's up? And I don't really care about this. I was like, whatever. He's going to die anyway. There's nothing I can do. But I say, hello. Because he scanned me, I believe. He's wondering exactly what I'm doing. He already saw the roaches, but he does not see tunneling claws and burrow being researched. And I was hoping that I could get those before he decided to move out. Unfortunately, that will be very soon, as he's moving out with 3 tanks, 2 Thors, 3 Marauders, and 7 Marines. That's a lot. Plus, he's probably going to bring this Hellion if he remembers. But luckily for me, that was very mean. He scanned the middle. I'm not sure exactly what that was about. And I was like, oh, please, burrow, research as fast as you can. And it's like not, because he's going around systematically destroying all my scouts. My poor Zerglings. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. He's not building a command center in his base quite yet. A very nuke-friendly supply depot wall here. So he does kill that other Zergling scout that I have and takes over the middle of the map, leaving me very sightless, as I was scared of any sort of, even though Thors don't do much damage to overlords, I was scared of it. He's moving out. Luckily, I'm kind of a sneaky little something, and I am able to get my roaches burrowed. Unfortunately, I have an expansion going up at the wrong time. I'm sure he's convinced that I already have this situated. Look, I move away to get more in production, and indeed, I have more roaches here. I bring them up in quite disadvantageous, but luckily for me, he's actually focusing down the hatchery, which spawns, and as soon as he realizes that, look at that, I just get pummeled because I wasn't focus firing correctly. A lot of these Thors are taking damage from themselves, but here I have Hydras out. I am continuing to build roaches, lots of roaches, production 6, and able to kill my poor roaches even before they spawn. I do have a little trap set up for my opponent. Meanwhile, he's building that command center and continuing to rally Thors. So it's very difficult for me to really defend against this. Luckily, it's 3 force and a couple Marines coming against my spine crawlers. Luckily, he's going to be focusing them down, able to let me focus down Thor's one at a time, and it's going to be very nice. He walks him away, tries to micro a little bit, and this might be in my favor. I don't know. 4 roaches against 3 roaches against. This one probably going to die, but luckily one more trundling his way in, going to take it down with 2 remaining. So for the units lost tab, I've lost a lot more, just purely because Terran Mech sucks. He's also upgrading his stuff, which is admirable because he's upgrading ship weapons. He doesn't have a starport.